For the longest time, I didn't know what to do with Miraculous. The characters are kind of one-dimensional, and they tend to fall back on lazy superhero tropes, like a small mask concealing your identity.
Even that crappy Green Lantern movie knew they couldn't get away with that.
And they reference the Spider-Man mythos so often that it feels just short of plagiarism. Seriously, the only thing they don't have is a French J. Jonah Jameson.
I want pictures of the Ladybug. If she does not want to be famous, then I will make her infamous.
But about halfway through, I had a revelation. Miraculous Ladybug works when it's trying to be a Kim Possible-style parody of the superhero genre, just like KP was for Bond-era spies. The problem is that tends to get torpedoed by its Monster of the Week format and its lazy writing, 'cause magic is the explanation for everything. Alright, let's start by looking at our heroes. The main-ish one is Marinette. She's forced to balance her social and school life with being a crime-fighting superhero.
And yet the villains she fights are ultimately after her. So all the trouble in Paris is her fault.
Now, she's sweet and likable, but she comes off a bit thin as a main character. And I think that's down to her obsessive interest in her school crush, Adrien. She clearly has other interests and friends, but more often than not, the show just focuses on the ups and downs of her love life. Now, on to Adrien. He's another costumed crime fighter named Cat Noir.
Such an imaginative name.
He seems custom-tooled to make teen girls swoon. He's sensitive, daddy doesn't love him nearly enough, and he's a male model. Oh, and he's rich. And get this, he has a thing for Ladybug in one of those tragically ironic twist things.
That ain't irony, it's just dumb.
The main villain of the show is the nefarious Hawk Moth. He uses his powers to create supervillains, and I actually like his angle. He comes to people when they're down, out, and hurting, and offers them power if they just do one little teeny favor for him, bringing him the Miraculouses of Cat and Ladybug. These objects are the source of all the superpowers on the show, by the way. Finally, there are a lot of supporting characters. Both of our leads have best friends who are more likable and developed than they are. Alia is nice and helpful. She constantly supports Marinette's neurotic behavior, and she still finds time to try and figure out Ladybug's true identity. Likewise, Adrien's bro Nino tries to help Adrien with his family problems, and is a DJ on the side. Even their Flash Thompson equivalent Chloe is entertaining, with her anachronistic Valley Girl voice and weird fangirling over Ladybug. Alright, now let's look at the art design. It's hit or miss.
Leaning on the miss.
Ladybug's red unitard kinda feels uninspired. It's not an eyesore, just dull, you know? Cat Noir looks a little bit better, like a cross between Black Panther and an anime Catboy. But that bell just makes him look ridiculous. Likewise, most of the supervillains the courageous couple fight are goofy looking. That just goes to show you that the traditional comic book look is deceptively difficult to get right. The Phantom, first published in 1936, set the tone for superheroes today. The one-piece leotard is there to show off the physical power of the hero, and the mask with the whited-out eyes gives him a mysterious, otherworldly appearance. Neither of our main leads really take advantage of this, although again, Cat looks a little bit better because he has the green cat's eyes. Alright, now for the environment. The city of Paris is a great setting, and I'm happy to see them using iconic buildings like the Eiffel Tower, Notre Dame, and the Louvre. But I'm surprised how empty it all is. The streets of Paris should be full of activity, not pretty much deserted except for a few people. Come on, guys, this is Paris, France, not Smallville, Kansas. The lack of civilian activity just makes the show look cheap. Okay, finally, I want to talk about the writing. One of the biggest problems with the Monster of the Week format is the redundancy, and Miraculous is very, very redundant. Same villain, same plan.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
The only thing that saves it are the action scenes, which, though far from outstanding, are still very enjoyable. Like I said before, the only time that the writing is really on point is when they're being a parody of other superheroes. You know, like when Ladybug and Cat Noir fight RoboCop. that was awesome. But when it comes to their own mythology and world building, Miraculous falls apart. Now, since it invites the comparison so much, let's compare it to Spider-Man. The Wallcrawler, much like DC mainstay Batman, has among the best rogues galleries in comics, each with his or her own origin story, motivations, and power sets. Likewise, Spidey has his own reasons for being a hero. But why is Ladybug engaging in the superhero biz? To help people? Fame? Fortune? What? Alright, now it's time to break down the good and the bad in Miraculous Ladybug. On the good side, Miraculous is a fun send-up of superhero tropes, with reasonably likable characters in a well-realized setting. On the downside, the fundamentals of the story are weak, the art style is unimaginative, and the main characters really aren't that interesting. So I give Miraculous a 3 out of 5. Now, if you're interested in more reviews of anime, movies, TV shows, comic books, or video games, check out my channel on YouTube at StupidPrivate913, or find my Facebook and Deviantart pages for video updates and more. Thank you for watching.
Hey kids, today's show is brought to you by the letter 4 and the number potato! I'm a stupid private.